voters, clearly in some areas, voted for Mkhonto. So did you consult with them before making this decision?
Yes, you may come, brother.
Mr. Barnes, so it's Maliki from News 24. Some of my questions are covered, but I'd like to know what are some of the concessions you made and what are some of the demands you made? And also if you could just give us some insights into the meetings you had with both former President Zuma and Mr. Tamindule last night. And if those two meetings swayed your views anyhow.
Okay. Let me give the President a chance to respond.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, in response to the ENCA, my brother, what swayed the National Freedom Party? I think there are similar questions if I put them together. If you recall, we did allude as National Freedom Party prior to the elections that we have a policy that we have established as an organization. And we had to look at our policy, we had to look at our manifesto. Those are the first things that gave us the direction that we should take. And you gotta realize that the numbers require that you must have 41. So where there's a block that was going to take the people of KZN forward, we have an obligation to join those people in moving the party forward. That's what swayed us as an organization. What is in it for NFP? Any political party that is contesting elections wants to be a service delivery initiative or machine, if you call it. So for us, it's about our people. That's why we wanted a government that's going to take the people forward, despite the setbacks and despite what the people are saying. My sister from SABC, I think when we created a policy and a document, the people gave us that mandate that we should follow that document. So based on that document, we took this decision. But we have a responsibility to go and explain to our members, and which we will do after this. ENCA, we met with all political parties, all of them except for the economic freedom fighters. And we did present our standpoint because our document was a three-legged document. We wanted a GNU that speaks to national, provincial, and local. And that was our position. And our meeting with the MK party, it was based on the principle that we had said in the beginning, we will attend to any political party that sends out an invitation. And the MK party did send out an invitation, and we agreed that we'll meet last night. The meeting with the IFP, the pictures that you saw on News 24, it was a beginning of a meeting between NFP and IFP, the process of reconciliation. Because we invited them in that meeting, because there's a terrible past between us. And for us to work with the IFP, we had to start the process of reconciliation between the two parties. And that was the purpose of the meeting last night.
Thank you. Honorable the President, may I move on and shake another set of hand? 3. If we still do have those who still want to ask something, the opportunity is yours.
ENCA.
I note you, my brother, once again. No. Oh, there's the other one?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, I think maybe I just want to get clarity on that question of positions.
Yes.
So I think about touched on it here, but so I wanted to know directly, is there any position that you would find yourself most suited for, or any position that you have mentioned that you would want to take up in governing this province in any form? So I just want to get clarity on whether that has been discussed, whether there is something to that effect, or is that still a conversation that needs to happen?
In our meeting with all political parties yesterday, we agreed that let us first get the Speaker elected, the Deputy Speaker, and the Premier. Once that process has been done, we will then have to sit down and then engage on further establishing the legislative arm and also the executive. It is then where we will discuss issues of position and who does what at what time. But we currently agreed on a GNU and a PGU, and we will revisit local government after inaugurations of the Premier. Thanks.
Okay. Anyone? I note you, my brother. You may come.
I'd like to know what I am told that last night the NFP had a demand. In fact, they demanded that if the IFP want the party to join them, we PGU, the NFP in exchange wants the IFP to give them the two municipalities, which is the Zulu district and the Zulu district. That's what you have.
Okay. Any other
Over to you,
questions?
President.
We did have a meeting with the IFP. We did speak about local government, and we agreed in principle that we do need to relook local government. I want to set the record straight. We do have a working relationship with the IFP in various municipalities, and that's known. We do have a working relationship with the ANC in various local municipalities, and that's known. But we had to first deal with the issue of reconciliation between the IFP and the NFP. And we agreed in principle that after everything that has been done in terms of electing the president, electing the premier, establishment of the cabinet, establishment of the executive, then this group of leaders need to come and sit down and now redress the issues of local government. We do have our vested interest in certain municipalities, but we all put it to a halt to focus on the establishment of a GNU and a PGU.
Thank you.
Thank you. There's another one.
My sister.
No reason to disappoint you in Africa. You mentioned that you've ironed out issues with the IFP. Does this mean that you're endorsing Tafiqile as the candidate?
We agreed in the meeting that we will have to discuss the issue who leads. There was no name that was given at who's going to be the premier, but we agreed on the political parties based on their numerical gaining. IFP took lead. We said the IFP would become a premier. We agreed that the speaker would come from the ANC, the deputy speaker would come from the DA. No names were attached. But our meeting with the IFP was the beginning of a process of reconciliation. Reconciliation is a process. It's not an overnight thing.
Yes. That was loud and clear. The last hand. In the absence of hand, may I request
Let's close
chairperson of KZN to come
and close.
close
Yes.
the session.
Yeah, yes. We'll talk when it's done. Yeah, so 1 minute. Yeah.
Thank you very much, TG. At the end, we want to thank you, Central President, the NEC members and the PEC members for making time to come. We thank you, members of the media, for remaining the voice, or even the loudest voice for Abantu Bethu KwaZulu-Natal. We are hopeful that going forward, it is not the end of the briefings, like President was saying, which we will keep updating as we go. So this now marks the end of immediate briefing. Thank you all for coming.
Members of the media, sorry, Honorable Chair, I just want to conclude to say all NFP's decisions and conclusions and directions will come from the party's leader, not from rogue elements who share a relationship with you based on their previous work of employment, who speak on behalf of the NFP, grossly misleading the people of South Africa, like they did last week and early hours of the morning through Ukhosi FM. We wish to call upon all of you to gladly respect the National Freedom Party and its conference, and don't use your personal relationship with the rogue element of the NFP who's sowing divisions in our party. I thank you.
You've been advised
Thank you,
to
thank you.
look at to listen to the rock elements. Honorable President, there's a special request, I think we overlooked it, that you quickly summarized isiZulu.
You.
Loke besikusho nje kafishane so that the record no. Yeah.
Faze kwakhulu.
Ngakho ngala
You're putting me on the spot.
Then please.
Kodwa uNkulunkulu wami,
Ukhona usihlalo weprovince nasihlakaze lonke
Mongameli
basizwe.
Mngoma.
Summary nje Mhlonishwa.
Hey, angibingelele kuzo zonke intatheli zamaphephandaba noma bona kude nabasakazi bemsakazo yelimi zonke, abantu baseningizimu Afrika bonke, kakhulukazi laba basibuka emakhaya abafisa ukwazi ukuthi iqembu le-NFP emva kwengxoxo ebeleni zinazo namaqembu onke sithathe siphi isinqumo njengeqembu le-NFP. Sifisa ukuchaza ukuthi siyiqembu le-NFP sibuke ukuthi yini engase ningizimu Afrika, ngoba abantu bakithi bakhulume bacaca ukuthi bafuna uhulumeni weinhlangano zonke ukuthi bahole, hayi ukuthi kube uhulumeni wenhlangano eyodwa ezophatha iningizimu Afrika, ngoba kukhombise kobala ukuthi emva kweminyaka engama-30 uhulumeni wenhlangano eyodwa awubasiza abantu bakithi. Sibe sesivula ingxoxo njengeqembu le-NFP ukuthi sokhulumisana nawo wonke amaqembu akhona. Njengembali impela sakhulumisana ne-ANC African National Congress, saphinde sakhulumisana neqembu le-IFP, sasiyohlangana sonke kwi-ANC, IFP, NFP ne-Democratic Alliance, sakhuluma ngezwi linye. Siphinde sathola futhi ukubizwa iqembu le-MK sohlangana nalo, ngoba sashilo ukuthi sihlangana nawo wonke umuntu, sizama ukwakha iqhinga namasu ukuthi siwakha kanjani uhulumeni oyaphambili. Esikubukileke kakhulu sibuka ukuthi masihlanganisa ama-city ethu umuphi uhulumeni oyaphambili, bese kuzwakala ukuthi i-IFP ehamba phambili, kulandela i-ANC, kuze i-DA, kuvale thina ngemuva, siyawenza u-41 out of 80. Therefore uyakheka uhulumeni wesifundazwe saKwaZulu Natal. Siyiqembu le-NFP sibe sesiphosa-ke izinto zethu zokuthi thina sifuna ukuthi makukhulunywa kukhulunywe ngohulumeni omkhulu, kukhulunywe ngohulumeni wesifundazwe, kuphinde uhulumeni basekhaya, ukuze sakho uhulumeni oqondile nophilayo, ngoba besifisa ukuba ingxenye yokuthi intuthuko siletha kanjani kubantu bakithi. Ilona leso sizathu esisithathile abantu baseningizimu Afrika, sibuka ukuthi abantu bakithi bafuna i-NFP KwaZulu Natal in particular naku-local government ukuthi bebe ingxenye yohulumeni. It's sekuyinto esidlule ukuthi NFP isikhethe ukuthi participate noma ibe ingxenye yohulumeni we-provincial government of unity with IFP, ANC, DA and NFP. I thank you. Yeah, Mrs. Valela.
Siyabonga ke kakhulu ngaleso sifinyezo noma leyo summary uPresident asiphe yona.
Siyabonga.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mabala makamera qala. Asevalile makamera.
Okay. Siyabonga.
Thank you.
Is there a team for that?
Yes.
Yes, there can be a photo session, one-on-one photos as we walk out.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Where Dodge? Sashwood.
Thank you.